Good afternoon, everyone. Kitty Foss here, your storytelling astrologist, reader of the stars for November 17th, 2025. Gus, God, universe, source, spirit. What is us? We are Gus. Gus is us. Um, Brings to this human here information that sometimes I go, what? Huh? And then before I even come on to do these, I get a lot of confirmations about what I have written down. And I just, getting ready to do this, found out about a massive solar flare that has been happening today. Of course, it's been happening over the last couple days. And what I do is I write down I look at the energy, I write down what I'm being told, and then I talk to you about it. And one of the words that came out was barky sparky kind of energy today, where things that have been lying within us spark, come out, are being dealt with, are being activated. This has been this whole unwinding. This is that integration level that is happening where we are being asked to be the observer so that we can hold the space that we're here to hold, the frequency, vibration, whatever you want to call it, to help this human evolution. And it's no doubt that it's a human evolution. And whether you think you know the timeline or you know the timeline, I certainly don't. One reason is I'm being asked to stay very present. So let me get into what today is in this barky, sparky kind of day. So, a lot of aspects happening today with both the sun in Scorpio and that moon in Libra, which once again moves at 4:44, only this time it's PM instead of AM, into Scorpio. No mistake that these very magical numbers, 444, about stability, which is, and then it becomes 12, which is 3. As if on cue, I had to stop and start again. Let me continue. The sun is very transformative in its movement today. It expands and nurtures truth and the structures that will nurture truth. And some of that's an inside job of what we see as truth. Another person I follow here was saying how they were kind of calling out those people that are doom and gloom because that is the perception that they hold. And because of this embodiment with spirit and our structures, because of this, our visionary energy, our Pluto energy is able to change, to be aware that many kind of barky, sparky moments are happening, conversations, feelings, and we're being asked to awaken from them, not necessarily let them control us, but what is happening too, because Mercury is retrograde and today it is activating that Pluto energy that rules the Scorpion sun, that is so much of these conversations, will pull deeply from the ethers today, the ethers, whatever you want to call it, and give experience a voice to many things that we've kind of wrapped up in thinking that they were in balance or in silence so that we didn't make a wave. And that's what's coming forth today. This Libra moon will request the Jupiter expansion of nurturing, of undoing as exposures of truth start shaking. So choose wisely today what you're paying attention to and into the flow of the past structures that we're seeing shake. Your ability to tune into the calm is what's holding this visionary energy from this in this expansion. Use your voice to create the frequencies you wish to magnify. Realize that spirit and the chaos are kind of seemingly out of view if we allow them to do what they're doing separately and focus on the inner balance, on the inner conversations that are really happening with our retrograde planets, especially Mercury, which is retrograded into the sign of expansion of truth and moving forward. So this seemingly far away, that inner balance again, you tap into it via choice today. As the moon moves to Scorpio at 4:44 p.m., discernment will begin called upon with the internal energy. So because we have that ruling Pluto energy, the moon is in a square with. So it's our Pluto in Aquarius and our moon that now is in Scorpio, and Pluto rules Scorpio. And this energy of what this vision is about your, very important, your meaningful tapping into of substance called forward. What is it I'm going to do and see? It's an amplification. It's a revolutionary approaches start inward by holding the place and the space, not in denial, but in I create the world I'm living in by my perceptions, by what's happening. So today, know that it's a barky, sparky day. Namaste.